way.
Yeah.
The key to keeping an agent around, like, how do you minimize turnover? You get them making money.
Yeah.
It's not that deep. They come here because they need to make money. If you're here, you're broke, and you're like, Mike, I need you to teach me how to make money. And weeks and months go by, and I don't teach you how to make money, you should quit.
You should.
If you're on someone's team and you're still broke months later, you should quit.
Yeah.
But that's a testament to the person who's leading you. They should be able to help you make money. That was always, you remember early on, Sean's conversation with you were not like, hey, bro, how the Braves doing? No, it was, how much did you get paid this week?
That's the first question he asked me 99% of the time. Like, you know what I mean? For my first year, it was, how much you get paid today?
Yep.
You get paid today? No. Why not? I got some things going around for draft dates. Well, why you write draft dates? And even with draft dates, you should still be getting paid. You've been with us longer than 30 days. So if it's a draft date thing, then from draft dates from last month, you should be getting paid on.
Correct.
So it's like he really helped me figure out, like, dude, my excuses really aren't like they're not real,
and they're only hurting you. By the way,
like, yeah, I should get paid every day.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's key. It's like it's this business is simple. It's what are you looking for? Someone who's accountable, someone who's put the work in, be coachable. How do you keep them around? You get them paid.
Get them paid.
At the end, I'm just his best friend, Don. We have a great relationship. That's wonderful. When you're broke, no one gives a shit.
Right.
I don't care how great of a friend you are if your job is to help me get paid and I'm broke months later.
Yeah.
We ain't friends. We're two broke people together.
Two broke boys.
Absolutely. But so building it back, I guess a couple things. What would you say, these top 3 reasons are the reasons why I was able to build it back? Because right now you said to me last night, you're at acquisition numbers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're at acquisition and more profitable.
More profitable.
We're at acquisition, but on a run rate to, like, double acquisition. Okay. Does that make sense? Yep. Like, we open, right? Like, dude, we netted $60,000.
Yeah.
And that's all overrides. 100% of it. Last year this time, we were netting about probably 20 grand, 25, and I was selling. Okay? So I was selling to pick up for, if there was debt, if there was, you know what I mean? Like, then it's not, every 1 + 1 ain't 2 in insurance, you guys, okay?
Correct.
Like, it's not, you know what I mean? So that was me selling 30, 40 grand, okay? Overrides starting to build up. There was a time there were overrides, dude, were less than $10,000, $5,000 for the month.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that wasn't, like, this is new.
Right.
Like, this is new, seeing carrier money coming in this way. And also, it's showing, it's a great reflection of profitability of agents too. Do you know what I mean? Like, the overrides are great, but as the overrides are coming in, that also means your agents are getting paid.
Correct.
Okay, and when you see your agents getting paid, and that's another thing, dude. Well, I went a long time, and when I wasn't playing the spread game, you didn't see that. So you didn't really have this daily juice of, like, is it really working what I'm doing? Does that make sense? And now to see that coming in and seeing the profitability grow, it's like, dude, we could add 100 grand and add $20,000, $30,000 to the bottom line. But also what that means is that adding 100 grand means that probably 6, 7 agents just had their first, $7,000, $10,000 net month.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So it's getting to the point to where, and it's not over the top either. You know what I mean? I remember before it'd be like, yo, you want to be making this much or, help this many people. It would require, like, wow, I need to have 30 staff and, like, I need to have this. I need to have a contracting person. Dude, I have a virtual assistant. Do you know what I mean? I have a virtual assistant. I had an office. I had a 7,000 square foot office. Realized that, dude, we're profitable. None of my agents are here in San Diego.
Right.
Okay? Like, none of my agents are here in San Diego. And nothing wrong with that. People are like, I hear people all the time, yo, you got to have an office. Anytime somebody says you gotta, be careful. Okay? Now, is it working for them? Cool. Yes.
Right.
That's nothing wrong with that. But when you say you got to have an office, people need, that's not true. You know what I mean? You don't got to. It does, like, I think everything works a little bit. And I think for me, I like the structure of the virtual. I like being on Zoom with my guys. I like having that type. You can curate that. Now, one better than the other, whatever. Does that make sense?
Right.
But can we scale it and help a ton of people? by not being in an office? Yes. Can you help a lot of people locally by being in an office? Yes. So I think just having that the structure set up so that people can win virtual, understanding it, and not rushing people out in the field or on the phone without being prepared. Mm-hmm. I think that's another big thing as it pertains to getting folks paid. Do you know what I mean? It's like we're talking about like you want to keep people around. Well, slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
And be clear, dude, I was trained by the fastest moving person ever. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And like I had to learn that like in virtual, you can't just throw them out in the field.
Right.
At least I couldn't.
Different ballgame, yeah.
Like I couldn't. Like it wasn't like, I hate scripts, but we need them for virtual.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like everybody wasn't just going to be able to understand the call them up, tell them you come over to the house. That ain't going to work now.
No.
Like they're going to not trust you. So we take time before folks get contracted. You know what I mean? Like there's like a week or so before folks even get contracted. But we have over 90% people who get contracted sell a policy now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, and that was the thing that we had to
anything in life that requires more work on the front end is usually easier on the back end.
Yeah.
And if you skip those steps on the front end, you're going to deal with a lot more headache, especially in this business. That's where you end up with agents with massive amounts of debt, chargeback, whatever, because you rush. You throw them out to the wolves, they go make a mess, but now you got to go clean it up. We take a little bit extra time on that front end. And it's funny you mentioned that about Sean. So he was up here last week. We had a True Talk. Check that out if you haven't already. One of the things he was talking about, though, was when we scaled, like you remember day one, even before day one, we had a one-size-fits-all, bro. Yeah. You did it our way or you didn't work with us. Fair?
Yep.
Right? Like, here's what you say when you no, you don't ask for any information on the phone.
No.
And we would go to these events.
Do you leave voicemails? No, dude, we don't leave voicemails.
No voicemails, no text message, no nothing. You only talk to the person who filled out the form. That's it, right? Here's your approach in the house. We did it all the same exact way.
Yeah.
That's great, but you're only going to attract so many people.
That's right.
And he said this on the podcast, like, dude, once we started to at least acknowledge and accept the fact that there's other ways to do this, we blew up. And then his advice became kind of what you just said, bro. If it's working, keep doing it.
Keep doing it.
If it's not, change something.
Yeah.
The guy's like, oh, Sean gave me the best business advice ever. And I'm like, I know what it was. It was, if it's working, keep doing it. And if it's not. It ain't that deep, but it is. Like,
it's so real,
right?
That advice. Do you know what I mean? Like, we do this training 4 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I was telling Sean about it, right?
Yeah.
When I first told him, he goes, dude, it's a lot. Like,
lot,
you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, he goes like, well, like, but
is it working?
He goes, dude, it's not working in 90 days. You're going to shut it down. Though, right?
Correct.
And I had to be honest with myself. Like, yes, we started rocking it, started doing it. It's working.
Yeah.
Makes sense. He was on our call probably 3 weeks ago. Accidentally, Andrew Taylor was on, but Andrew was with him.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So he
just lucked out.
So he just hopped on, right?
Of course.
You know what I mean? And I was just like, yo, and he was like, yo, this is that thing you were talking about, right? You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, do it 4 days a week. But virtual, I realized, dude, for me and the way I like to coach and just personality wise, they need to see more.
Yeah.
I need to build more relationships with them. You know what I mean? And having that space 4 days a week to kind of do that and have a guest come on gives us that space, gives us that little halftime during the day to dude, because it sucks, dude. You're sitting at your house all day.
Right.
Makes sense? Like, come on. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I get the folks, and that's one thing about an office that you have.
Correct.
Is that you have folks that could be like, dude, come on. Like, let's go to lunch. You know what I mean? But at home, pretty much you ain't got that.
Right.
Dude, so you gotta make that environment.
And dude, you could literally apply that to anything in life. Like, if, hey, you're trying to get in better shape. Okay, well, here's my new diet, Dom. Here's my workout plan. Okay, after 90 days, if that shit ain't working, change something up. If it is, keep doing it. Yeah. It's the same thing with this business. That's
right.
And once we started to accept that approach, dude, we went from our first month in business, we did like 300K. Our first month. Now we do about 55 million in a month, and we're still just scratching the surface. But there's so many different. Dude, I interview people every single week. And everybody tells me a different strategy, and this is the way you have to. It's funny. I was, hey, whatever. This is the way you have to do it. And it's working,
bro. And that's why I say, if anybody says this is what you have, just be careful.
Yeah.
And I used to hear that and then redirect, dude. We've become profitable because I stopped redirecting.
Check out the full podcast in the description and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.